Well, hey kids, it is Jeff, and I am back again this week because in our Bible story earlier this week, we had all kinds of Bible pictures that this little gopher named Topher had scattered in our coloring picture. Well, guess what? I got in here to the church building today, and Topher had scattered our pictures again. And he's got them all mixed up here behind me. And I need your help remembering which ones go first and which one goes second and all that kind of stuff so that we can remember a Bible story together. We've got our pillow up here. We've got our snoring Z's right here. Up here we've got a sad emoji and we've got our praying hands. And back behind my head that you can't see is a sword, which is kind of a scary place to have a sword. But which one of them goes first? Do you guys remember? On the count of three, yell it. 1, 2, 3. Well, I think I heard some of you yell this, our sad emoji. And that would be, right, that's our first picture. Because at the beginning of our story, Jesus was very sad. You know, I think it's really cool that Jesus, when he was here on earth, he felt all of the things that we felt. Sometimes he was happy, and sometimes he was sad. Sometimes he was really full, and sometimes he was hungry. Sometimes he was scared, sometimes he was angry. But at the beginning of our Bible story today, Jesus felt sad, just like we do sometimes. And he felt sad because he had been here, he had done a lot of miracles. He had taught people a lot of things. He had been a good friend to lots of people. But there were some mean people that didn't like all those things. And they especially didn't like that Jesus was telling people that he was God's son. And he knew that that night they had planned to come and arrest him and do some terrible things to him. All right, our sad face was first. Which of these pictures was next? It's this one right here. It's our praying hands. Because when Jesus felt sad, he knew there was one thing that he should do. He should talk to his Father. He should talk to God. And so he took his followers, his closest friends, to a garden with a really funny name called Gethsemane. And he took his closest friends with him and said, would you guys keep watch while I talk to God? And then Jesus went and he prayed and he said, God, I know these people are going to do mean things to me. And it's making me very sad. God, if it's what you want, would you please stop it all? But if it's not what you want, then I'll do it. All right. We have three remaining pictures. We've got our pillow and our snoring sound and our sword. Our sword doesn't actually like to show. It's kind of a glowing sword right now, which is our next picture. That's right. It's right here. It's our pillow. Because Jesus, when he got done praying, he went and he talked, went to find his followers. And do you know what they were all doing? They were all sleeping. They'd fallen asleep. And Jesus woke them up and said, come on, guys. Can't you even just stay awake 1 hour with me? I want you to keep watch. And I want you to pray because I'm worried you guys are going to make some pretty bad decisions here pretty soon. All right. What's our next picture? We've got 2 left. This one right here. It's our snoring Z's. Because Jesus went back to pray a second time. And when he went back to his disciples a second time, they were still sleeping. And then he went away and prayed for a third time, and he came back, and they were still sleeping. And so we woke them up and said, okay, it's time. My enemies are coming to arrest me. And that brings us to our last picture, our sword. Woo, that sword has a hard time. There we go, our sword. Because the bad guys did come to arrest Jesus. And Peter, one of Jesus' closest friends, well, he had a sword with him and he pulled it out. He wanted to fight all of these bad guys to save Jesus from them. And Jesus said, no, Peter, put your sword away. This is God's plan. Well, guys, it's really important that we remember that when we are sad, it is the perfect time to talk to God, and we call that praying. God is always with us. And just like Jesus prayed 2,000 years ago when he was sad, we can pray to God when we're sad, because Jesus hears me when I pray. And Jesus hears you too. He made you, he loves you, and he wants to be your friend forever and ever. Bye-bye, guys.